Hi, I'm Andrew Thoseby from First Executive. It's been an interesting week. Unemployment figures were produced for December, which show an increase to 5.4% and a revision upwards of the November numbers. At the same time as that happened, the stock market had a bit of a resurgence, and I kind of wondered what was going on there. I thought that maybe what the market is saying is that alas, somebody's doing something. They're cutting costs and maybe the profit results will be delivered year on year. I think it's symptomatic of a bit of a malaise in Australia at the moment, where we have amazing potential. Some of that potential can only be delivered by people, but we're not exploiting the opportunities that are available. Just by way of reference, I think that it's easy to sit here and look at what's been going on in the United States and worry about the UK and Europe and think we're in pretty good shape. I talked to in a senior executive recruiting assignment I was doing late last year to a number of CEOs in Singapore and Hong Kong. And one of the things that came out, a couple of these people were expatriate Australians, was what's going on in Australia. When I asked them what they meant, what they typically said was that, well, we're dealing with 7% growth, 8% growth, sometimes double-digit growth in some of our markets, and we're looking at Australia, seeing it trip along, and we wonder what's going on. So I think when you look at the Australian economy from an employment point of view, it's all about perspective. One thing that they did say is that in their marketplaces, they're starting to run out of talent. And that's a really interesting challenge for our marketplace, because I think what we'll start to see is as the tiger economies, the so-called tiger economies, continue to grow, that as they move into requiring more capable and senior people, that some of our senior executive talent will be being looked closely at to go and do jobs in Singapore and Hong Kong, not just in the UK and the United States. It's going to be an interesting time this year, so I think it's important to watch what happens both to the unemployment numbers, but also what happens to growth and what happens to profit. There's people out there wondering just what Australian companies are going to do through their people to create extra value for their shareholders.